The summit believes that all believers, not just pastors and missionaries, are sent. And in the last 17 years, it's done just that.
Being called by God means taking what God is giving you and leveraging it for the purpose of the Great Commission.
Pastor J.D. GREEAR has been leveraging his church for 17 years, and the results are off the charts. This 10,000-member congregation has 40 church plants in the U.S. and more than 200 overseas. It's also working close to home in Greensboro. The Mercy Hill church plant started 6 years ago in this park with just 40 people. Today, more than 2,000 attend Mercy Hill on 3 campuses, and close to 800 here have been baptized.
I mean, we came here, and yes, that's a small team of 30 people, but when they're all incredibly bought in, I mean, to one vision.
And that single vision is the Great Commission. The summit calls it sending, and it starts when parents dedicate their children.
We have them covenant, as part of this parent commissioning, that when, they're going to raise them for the purposes of the Great Commission, and when God calls their son or daughter perhaps to Afghanistan or Southeast Asia to take the gospel, that they covenant as parents they're not going to stand in the way.
The children's area looks like an airport to plant the thought with kids that they're sent each week to share Jesus.
We want them to feel like they are part of the mission and they are part of the work, that they get to go and tell their friends.
By middle school, the summit wants its young students to have experienced a short-term missions trip with their family. In high school, that grows to 3 weeks overseas with summit missionaries. And in college, it encourages a summer of missions work, along with a big ask, that college graduates pursue their first job near a church plant.
When we plant churches, we just throw this out and say, hey, you graduate, you got to move somewhere. Move with one of our church plants.
I want to be a missionary. I believe that God has called us to go anywhere. Like it's not a question of when or anything, it's where and how.
The whole idea is you're a missionary with your life. You don't have to go across the ocean. You don't have to do anything special. Your life is your mission field.
The summit's focus on youth and college mobilization has helped pave the way for its incredible success with church plants. The week CBN News visited Mercy Hill, it commissioned a church plant team, including recent college grads, to Philadelphia.
They've equipped me and given me the tools to be able to send me out well.
The team also included several retirees, another summit strategy. It asks those headed for retirement to tie their first 2 years and give them to a plant. GREEAR admits that while missions and church planting have been a lifelong passion, his goal of 1,000 churches came almost as an afterthought.
I came up with it in the middle of a sermon. It felt right. And I just said it. We're going to plant 1,000 churches in 50 years. And then I walked off the stage and one of our pastors said, did you say 1,000 churches in 50 years? I said, yeah, we're going to have to figure out how to do that.
GREEAR acknowledges figuring out that growth can be painful. Each year, they encourage several new staff pastors to headhunt, recruiting the church's best for new plants.
100 of them stand on stage, and I'm looking at them, and I'm like, those are very talented people who serve in our ministries, lead our ministries. Some of them are big givers. How are we going to do without them?
GREEAR wants to push the Southern Baptist denomination to cultivate these same priorities of evangelism and church planting. As part of this, he's also committed to raising up more people of color as church leaders. This timely decision comes in an era of declining Southern Baptist membership and racial discord, and his strategies appear to be on target.
I don't know how long his hand will be on us like this, but while it is, it's time for us to go and to reach people.
We tell our students, and everybody, but especially our students, God made you good at something. So whatever God made you good at, do it well to the glory of God and do it somewhere strategic for the mission of God.
Reporting in Durham, Heather Sells, CBN News.